Just woke up. Had a dream. I was in a car with Obama, Barack Obama. Um, had a bunch of Gatorade. That was hot. Name all the fruits of the Spirit: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Galatians 5:22-23. Um, he seemed like a really nice guy. And I have this presidential calling, and you know, he was obviously the president in the past. And actually, I did it was a mock draft. I have a video on this on my channel. The Holy Spirit told me to pick McCain. This is in 2007. I was too young to vote at the time, but it was a kind of a practice fake vote. And I picked Obama because I knew him. I didn't know McCain at all. I didn't really know Obama either, but anyway, he was the Democratic candidate. Anyways, just had this dream. We go somewhere to get ice. Next thing you know, I'm in a bus, like kind of like a Greyhound bus, and we're in the middle part of the bus, and I have an opportunity to talk to him. My biological mom, I believe, is the bus driver. Ends up being the bus driver at the end of the dream. I'm talking to him, and he talks about. I was like, "What do you do as president?" And he says, "Well, 80% of it is just trying not to get assassinated. I get assassinate attempts like 6 times a day." I was like, "Okay, it's pretty intense, you know." Still seems like a really nice guy. And then I asked him, "What is your favorite part about the God that you worship?" And right away he says, "I worship a false God." And then he smiles like this. And like he was as if he was kidding. I said, "No, seriously. Like, what's your favorite thing about God?" And that stuff. He's like, "I don't know." He's like, "I don't know. What do you think? Like, what do you tell me?" I was like, "No, tell me. Um, Tell me, what do you think? You know?" And I had this really long seatbelt that was like that I didn't really need, but it was just like super stretched. It was kind of a weird part of the dream too. But I was like, and he says, I don't really know. I was like, I was like the attributes. You don't know the attributes. A guy, and he's like, "No, I don't." And then he starts explaining it anyway, explaining his answer, kind of like giving a political style answer. And his eyes start getting like really green and like almost like alien, like puffy and stuff. And I was like, "This is disgusting." I had my phone, but I wasn't recording him. And I ended up taking off the seatbelt and going up and telling my mom and explained it to her, and she was like, "Whoa." I just repeated the conversation to her, and I was kind of scared. And she's like, "Wow." And then I had my phone, and then I hit record, and I made sure to go record the rest of the conversation. But yeah, then I woke up. That was my dream of Obama, Barack Obama, Barack Hussein Obama. Okay.